Actually, Nerd Jesus died in the last year, right? Steve Jobs. Yeah, he died, right? I know, a lot of nerds here tonight. I know, you're sad. I didn't get it. I didn't get the big deal they made about that guy. When he died, they were like, he changed the world. That was insane. He changed the world. The world was one way, and then Steve Jobs came, and it was another. What did he do? Somebody, for the love of God, what the fuck did that guy do? What did he do? He told other people what to invent? I want my entire music collection in that phone. Get on it! Right? And then these poor, nameless, faceless scientists got to go in a back room and figure it out. How the f*** are we going to get all of this into this? I mean, what year does this guy think this is? This is crazy. This is like Buck Rogers. Dude, my kid has a birthday in like 11 months. Steve Jobs just walking by. I don't hear any thinking going on in there. Just strutting around the office, eating some pretentious fruit like a pear, right? Just throwing out ideas. There's another one. There's another one I just came up with on the way to work. I was reading a magazine the other day, turning pages, you know? I like to turn pages on a screen that aren't even there. Yeah, wrap around that, guys. See you in 8 years. Where you going, Michael? Big, little, get on it. Right? And all these people slave away to make his vision come true. And then they have the big nerd fest, right? Down there, Comic-Con, and all their nerd mecca. They're all showing up with their Acne and their Hulk shirts, limping into the arena, right? Does Steve Jobs go out with a whole chorus line of scientists? No, he goes out there by himself. Sneakers and no belt, like it was no biggie, right? like he's Tesla. Tapping into the atmosphere. I know, this is always uncomfortable. I know, you bought into it, right? That whole advertising, the way they aligned themselves with some of the greatest people of all time. Jesus, Gandhi, me. Remember that? Muhammad Ali, John Lennon, this guy. How the f*** is that dude like any of them? Gandhi didn't have a sweatshop. Nah, he didn't have people leaping to their deaths only to catch a net and get ricocheted back through the window to have to put together yet another iPad. John Lennon didn't have children in his basement pressing those albums. I know. New phone can't fit the old charger. This is your hero? This is the guy? This is what all the silence is about? New phone can't fit the old charger, so then you gotta throw it out, ends up in the ocean around some octopus's neck. Do you realize how much sea life is ecstatic that that man is no longer walking the earth? That's where it all ends up, you know. Doesn't go in a landfill, ends up in the ocean. You realize that? I hate people who say I don't pollute. I don't pollute. Yeah, you do. You use shit and you throw it out. Well, you think because you put it in like a basket, it just poof, disappears? Everything you ever used is somewhere. You ever think about that? Remember that flannel shirt you bought back in the day when you got into Pearl Jam? That's out there somewhere. Probably on some porpoise's face. He's trying to get it off. Stupid little flippers. All the fads. You remember rollerblading? Remember that? Everybody had them. We set up cones, we did little tricks, right? One little homophobic joke killed that entire fad. What's the hardest thing about rollerblading? Telling your parents you're gay. Full-grown adults. Dude, I'm not gay. I don't have the cooties. These mean I and they just threw them out. They end up in the ocean. They're made out of plastic. They can't biodegrade. They just break down to little cubes. Fish are breathing them in. 6 months later, you're going out, you're getting sushi. You think you're being healthy. You're eating your old rollerblades. All right, I'm out of time. You guys are great. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Next to that company to the stage, I guess you would call him Kathy Griffin without tits, Billy Burr.
All right, thank you. Keep it going for Rich Voss, everybody. Come on, everybody. And for those of you who saw Last Comic Standing, how about a round of applause for the official end of his career? Come on, everybody. The worst show I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe you said yes to that. Al LaBelle turned down that show. Jesus, unbelievable. He's been in this business 39 years. He's competing with open micers. You didn't even stand out. You should have looked like Christ. You didn't look like Christ. You didn't even look like a comedian. You look like a landscaper who's just trying the shit out on a whim. But you're dumb. You deserve it. Look at Rich. Rich spent $3 grand on a watch and $8 on his teeth. Look at him. He looks like fucking Elway. A football player for 20 years. He's getting all these people. Here's a decent line, right? Maybe if you can spit on somebody every 20 seconds, you get a deal, man. Look at that thing. That's not a bridge. It's a fucking dam. All right, let's move on, because that's dying. All right, Vanessa Hollingshead is here, everybody. Vanessa, I've seen you for like the last 7 years. I got one question asked about your act. What are you talking about? No one cares about your stupid characters. Just talk about and get off the stage. For me, it's a roast. All of you. All right, thank you. It's getting worse, people. I'm starting off with the cute one. I just got back from the Mike Birbiglia's one-man show called An Evening with Todd Barry. Thank you. Todd Barry, a little advice, maybe if you brought the energy up just a little bit, you could get a food spot at the cellar. Oh, and speaking of the cellar, Manny and Esty just wrote a book called How Dare You Work Another Club? Keith Robinson wrote the foreword. I'm going to read some of it. No, master, I won't be working no other club. Bring it up, Modi, boss. Bring it up, Modi. Coming up the stairs, boss. Coming up the stairs. Unbelievable. Keith Robinson sold his soul for free nachos and buffalo wings. Just fucking around. I tease the Comedy Cellar. I love the Comedy Cellar. You know what I love about the Comedy Cellar? I love the wide variety of acts that they have on their weekends. On Saturday, we have 4 wonderful shows. At 7 o'clock, we have Tom Papa, Greg Giraldo, Nick DiPaolo, and Connie Quinn. At 9 o'clock, we have Nick DiPaolo, Connie Quinn, Greg Giraldo, and Tom Papa. And at 11 o'clock, we have Nick DiPapa, Connie Giraldo, and Alan Hayden. I got one question. Who the is Alan Havey? Every 6 weeks I get that. I thought they give you more spots, but Alan Havey is in town. Oh, shit, let's clear the schedule. Alan Havey is in town. Jesus Christ, by any chance did you bring Mark Cohen with him? We're at the halfway point. All right, I worked with the Sklar brothers recently. I got one question for the Sklar brothers. Do they both have to be up there? Is there any reason for both of them? Can't one of them just recite that awful material? Come on, come on, come on. Awful. God, they're ugly. They're the answer to the question, what would happen if Jeff Ross Brooks. All right, Tom Papa, I don't know if he's here. Tom Papa has a new show coming out this fall. Evidently, it takes place inside of Jerry Seinfeld's ass. Orny Adams lives in the prostate, and it's called Who Are These People Up My Ass? You guys all get star running? Here's the deal. Where do we go from here? Couple more bridges. Colin Quinn is still here. God bless him. Colin, come on, round of applause for the one God bless him. Colin, I just have one question for you. Why are you still here? You're at least twice as old as anybody here. No one cares about your take on the war in Iraq, and even if we did, we couldn't understand what you're saying. Smile pack. If you're going to keep doing spots, at least take a speech class. Tell me, you got your own show. Why are you still here? What do you think? That tough crowd's like a stepping stone? You're 58 years old. This is it for you. It's not going any higher. Your brass ring was to get a time slot on a network that gives robots its own show. It's all right. It's all right. Good job. I go all the way out. All right, okay. Shut up, I got two more here. Just when I thought Marlon and Sean Wayans were the worst related black comics I ever saw, Tony and Sharon showed up. Oh my God, they're so bad. I watched them, I wondered to myself, is Keith Robinson teaching a comedy class? Jesus, those guys think. Tony Rock is the Frank Stallone of comedy. Going to sell his act to Tony, and Tony's going to go on the road like Gallagher too, except instead of smashing the watermelons, he's going to eat them. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, which brings me to this cover shit. Patrice O'Neill. What I've loved about him is he's fat and arrogant. It's the oddest combination I've ever seen in my life. Like, he refuses to do Comic View. He actually feels that he's above it. I will not do Comic View. Patrice, your whole act is perfect for that show. You do 11 minutes, you pretend to talk about Russia, and then you do 52 minutes of joke. And you won't do Comic View? I mean, Patrice, you're so comic. You got a deal for your own TV show. You blew all your money on a pinky ring, a used Cadillac, and football jerseys. And you won't do Comic View, Patrice, you are Comic View. Why didn't you at least get your teeth fixed? Patrice, you have the worst teeth in entertainment. None of them match. I worked in a dental office for 5 years. I've never seen anybody with a molar in the front. You have no business having a headshot. Howard Feller called. He wants his old teeth back. Look at the space between his front teeth. He looks like a fat 50 Cent. I'm just... I gotta do with this thing. I'm getting the most here. And Patrice is fat. Patrice has that awful fat person bad breath where you don't know if it's coming, the smell's coming from his mouth or one of the folds in his neck. Patrice's breath smells worse than Jim Norton's chest. I make fun of Patrice. I make fun of Patrice only because I'm jealous of his career. Seriously, he's doing great. He just booked the lead to the sequel to Mighty Joe Young.
No, I don't think people know that we met through
dating app.
Randy Wall.
To tell me that you're singing your jokes at a Panera Bread place or
April
something?
18th, I'll be at Vibrato.
Oh, Vibrato.
Jazz Club.
Can you sing us a joke or something that you're doing? Maybe.
Yes, sure. Bill Burr likes it in the butt. Gently when you squeeze his left nut. Ow, the blood flows out of his butt wherever he goes.
Hey, you're going to open with that?
No.
That feels like a middle of the set.
You're the one,
when you
you're the
bring
one
it down.
who's opening.
Oh! My biggest fear was not learning how to fly it. It was ground school and the test, and because I did not do well in school, so I didn't think. But I also,
surprise.
John, whenever you lash out at me like that, I just know it's all self-loathing. Okay, and you can come in here with your Tony Curtis haircut and act like you're just the bee's knees, and I just don't buy it. Tony Curtis. There's another guy. There's another guy that went to Nordstrom's.
That I have hair and you don't? Like it's my fault.
No, there's just something about the way
I didn't give you my genes. I have nothing to do with it. Being like 100.
No.
Off camera, doesn't even exist.
There's a lot of women that are into that. It's a fetish. They call them pelicanos. Like furries. They're into people with.
Son of a bastard.
No, your face has.
I just got to stay forward.
Your face has its own neck pillow. It must be nice when you get on a plane.
Well, my grandmother
when you go like
had
this. Your neck fat just kind of catches you. Before.
I know, it's true and it's sad. I don't know where this came from. I really don't. I'm thinking maybe it's because I eat too much, but I highly doubt it. I just think I breathed in really hard once and too much air, and it went, and then it just stuck.
Dizzy Gillespie had a neck like that, but it was because he played the trumpet and changed music.
That was his cheeks.
You, on the other hand, have that because you eat cake at night.
No, pastries.
Salt peanuts. This is basically, you're one of my favorite people in this business because this is all we do, is we just give each other shit. Yeah. And I have been having a field day with, the Gaza.
You've never done it in
Gaza
person, though.
Strip.
It's always on text.
The Gaza. I've been having a field day texting you.
Oh, here we go.
Annoying things about the Gaza Strip.
Well, let's just call this episode The Jew and the Nazi. Let's just get down to it. We do it in text. We've never done it face to face.
I'm just presenting.
And I told you I'm bringing my howitzer.
Oh, God.
Boom. Go ahead.
No, I just mentioned.
Let the games begin.
We like to discuss world politics and ways to solve them or possible sources for the conflict. I have to be honest with you. I never had a problem with Jews until I met you, and then I was like, now I get it. What was Gavin?
The way we.
What was Gavin McLeod like?
He was like you, bald.
When you, I think you were confused because it was actually good, and your thoughts of me is that I'm horrible. And I know you joke around about it a lot, but I know that that's coming from someplace.
Well, deep down, you are horrible. This is your whole act. Albert Einstein's a genius. What do you think, Bill? I don't. Is he? Is it really? Really? Oh, you wake up in the morning and you brush your teeth. Bill Burr takes it up the butt. You wake up in the morning and you brush your hair. Bill Burr takes it up the butt. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, as simple as ABC. You wake up in the morning and you take a breath of air. Bill Burr takes it up the butt. Bill, your act is so funny, I forgot to laugh.
I don't know who forgot to put the ice packs under your eyes today, but I'm really getting tired of looking at that. What do you think of
long? Because I understand you recently transitioned, and I think it's great. What'd they do? Chop your and punch a hole, and you go, I'm good to go? And then you go home to your wife. She's like, well, she goes, Bill, I don't know what to say, but you chopped your off, but it looks bigger than ever. Bill has has a penis and now it's an innie.
This is just your dysfunctional way of saying that you like me.
Yeah, it is. You know, I could go directly to the issues with your father, the dentist, but I think that's below the belt.
No, go ahead. Yeah, then I'll talk about your dad who built a hospital and then had you.
Yeah.
Who didn't do much of anything. All right, go ahead.
Your dad's a dentist. Did he forget to teach you how to floss? Jesus Christ. Your breath is so bad, my dog's throwing up, and he's sitting down there on the floor. And your turn.
I love the "and your turn."
And scene.
I heard your dad didn't die of natural causes. I heard he saw your act and went home and killed himself. So you wouldn't have to see the second show. And back to you.
BB. By the way, what your first name is Wilbur. So when
No, it's William.
No, it isn't. It's Wilbur. You were Wilbur Burr. Wilbur Burr.
What's your first name? Jacob?
Jonathan.
You changed your first name so you could work in show business. You didn't change Lovitz. I'm saying you're dumb.
Why
didn't you change your name to John O. Lovitz? Maybe
like David O. sells. Maybe you
can sell some tickets in the red states.
I was going to give you a compliment.
You don't know how to do that.
No, I saw you on Joe Rogan, and you were talking about the coronavirus.
Yeah.
You were sitting there with your, trying to be all, hip, but not really, but trying hard, but acting like you're not trying hard with your cigar. And you go, I'm not going to sit here with you. And I love Joe, and I think he's very.
I get you're going to trash me. Just get on to it.
No, I'm not trashing Joe. You just said I'm not going to sit here with no medical. We're not going to sit here with no medical degree and say what's the cause of and cure of COVID. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Finally, he's admitting that he's an idiot. It's a profession.
Living in the state at the time, and it scared the shit out of me. We actually agree, and you're still yelling at me. Don't stare at me like I'm all of a. You know what?
Why are you trying to make me cry?
Classic abuse. You don't have that emotion. You don't have access to that. You know when you cry.
It's not my fault you went bald. I had nothing to do with it. Blame somebody else.
Listen, if you think your hair system is fooling anybody, you've had that receding hairline for 40 years and it hasn't moved. You took the back off of your hair off of your back and you stuck it on your head, and now you're sitting here acting like you're better than me. You're not. You're not.
I am.
Hey, ball don't lie. The ball don't lie.
Right. You can say that to yourself all day long. But the fact is, deep in your heart, we both know, I am better than you.
Can you please pop your collar when you do that?
And you're going to start crying? What's it like having someone sit across from you and you go, my God, I've met my match. I rip people all the time on stage. They laugh. But this guy comes back like a howitzer. There's nothing I can say that he doesn't have a comeback. Boom, boom, boom. You're like, oh my God, I thought it was just me. Just me, just me. Well, it ain't.
Are you writing your own good review here? I knew we would have nice back and forth. I didn't realize it was so one-sided.
What do you mean? I'm saying you're hysterical. But I'm saying I'm coming back at you, and you don't know what to do. So you go to the bottom, the butt, the pit, the depths, the nuts, the below the belt.
What are you talking about? You've been singing about me taking it in the ass like from the beginning. You immediately went bodily fluid jokes. Don't act like
said what? That you what?
Don't act like you have a higher brow comedy than I do.
I said that. I would never say that.
Stop staring at me like you know how to fight. Although, you've had a couple of scraps in your life, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
You got your fist all balled up? Huh? You ready to go?
Good thing you pulled your hand away because I almost killed you.
I don't want to have that eczema or whatever that's on your knuckles. Is that from jerking off in Alaska?
No, you fraud. It's psoriasis.
You have psoriasis? I can't tell you much. That just made me happy.
And you have alopecia. So what's the difference? Do you have to change your, like, in an arena, like your timing, as if you were in say, like an improv club? Is it would you have to do anything different? And if so, what?
No. No,
Well,
the sound systems are amazing now, so you don't have to do that. It's not like back in the day when they used to bounce off the back and then come at you. You don't.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know why you need this information. You're never going to play an arena.
No shit. That's why I want you to open for you so I could. You know, I'd seen bands, but I'd never been on the stage. And it was, you know, Madison Square Garden is like 19,000 people. And I think when you did it was like 18,000. This was 19,000. And it was like amazing.
That is so petty.
It was so.
Where's the warmth? Where's the guy? When I watched your VHS tape that your agent sent me.
Did you forget
that your
the name?
agent sent me. That your agent sent me. And I popped that into one of the last VCRs in Los Angeles. And I watched your set at that Elks Club. I saw a young man with one chin that was warm and respectful to his audience. And then you come in, this abomination.
Yeah, let me just say something to you. Right behind you is a sign. It says, all things comedy. What are you doing? Can you start being funny? Because I think if people are going to listen to this, they're going to go, Bill won, Bill won.
No, they're not. They're going to be, this is like when my wife comes on, she trashes me, they love it. And I'm enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying your pathetic attempts to try and hurt me.
We're watching all things comedy. This show is not funny.
Drops.
Say the word N-O. No. Say the word no, make it funny. Go. TikTok, time's up. Now I'll go. No. And I'm laughing.
John, I don't understand you.
Nobody does.
I like you.
I don't understand me either. Well, I'm at the Laugh Factory in Vegas, and that's at the Tropicana Hotel, but they're tearing down that hotel.
That
April
hotel
2nd.
lasted 70 years until they booked you. And now they're tearing it down. And then they
used to open for me. And
a lot of people did, and then they moved on.
No, and then I said he got so
your turn. You talk about trying to look you in the eye. All I see is the tip of your nose. It's like oil tankers coming into port.
Oh,
yeah.
Your family doesn't love you.
You know what? Leonardo DiCaprio should be standing on the bridge. Nose going like that.
The only reason your family was supportive because they were hoping once you played arena acts that you'd give them a bunch of money.
You bastard.
Now dry your tears and get the.
You know what? I'm
taking over. Welcome to All Things Comedy.
I'm glad your blood sugar's through the roof.
Why don't you ask me another question?
You know what? When are you going to lose your first toe from that disease?
When are you going to get wart medicine and just take this thing off right here?
Well, not I know.
In another year, you want to be able to see out of that eye the way that thing's growing.
Do you wear a one-piece bathing suit because you're ashamed of your torso?
Yes.
Don't do that. That's not fair.
Surprise.
You can't. Come on. You can't have feelings.
I go to the beach. I hit
all right. I'm sorry.
Pants, and you wear sleeves. It's like you have leprosy, and everyone makes fun of you. I can't believe you went there. Why?
Hey, do you have?
Why did you? I'm not even kidding now, Bill. I mean, we joke, but that's too far. Acting, thank you.
Do you have your
try again?
Do you have
Baldy? No, I gotta go. Yeah. Well, what's Bill Burr doing now? Well, put that thing on and try slip it in. He's crying. Blood. He says it hurts. No, put it in his butt then. Now what? He's smiling. Really?
What channel is it on?
I don't know. Everything's on YouTube though. They've downloaded everything. Yes, even when you had hair. Young Bill Burr. You look like Opie with the red hair and the freckles.
Goodness.
Did you want to ask me any questions? Is this an interview? Boring. But go ahead.
It's just
no, because that's
you give
true.
a about anything but yourself.
No.
They should have an entire wing in the Museum of Tolerance just about you. You inspired me to get in this business. I was like, if this ugly can get on TV, anybody can. John Lovitz, everybody. John, I love you to death.
I love you too, Bill.
Yeah, dude. I have an unbelievable respect for all of your work, and I can't believe that I even know you. And one of my favorite things in this business is texting back and forth with you. You're a gem. And look out, your dog's wagging his tail. It's so exciting this bullshit's over. All right, have a great weekend, you guys.